morning, everyone. It's Alisa Tilsner here for another Thursday morning crafting session. It is the 1st of August. I cannot believe we are into another month. It is stormy in Minnesota. Summer storms, huh? Great night for crafting. Hello, Wendy. So it is actually sunny here today, but it is still cold. So at least the sun's out. It's trying, and it's getting lighter in the morning. So I'm really, really happy with that. Okay, so if you had seen my Facebook page this morning before I came live, I'm going to do another white on white card, but I want a pop of color as well. And I could not decide, and I was really, really leaning towards pink and orange again, but I have decided to not go for pink and orange. I am going to do Summer Splash and Azure Afternoon. So we will see how we go with that. And I'm going to be using the Changing Leaves bundle. So let's change our camera view around. Good morning, Katrina. Welcome, just in time. So I know that there's usually a little bit of a delay. Which button do I press? That one. I know that there's usually a little bit of delay with everyone getting notifications and coming in. But for those who are on the replay, we like to get stuck straight into it. So welcome. Good morning, Deb. So as I said, we are going to be using the Changing Leaves bundle today. And this is one of those hybrid bundles, and have to be honest, I'm not the best with them. So we are going to see how we go. These are in the online exclusives section. So they are available to purchase now. Good morning, Margaret. And I really don't mind it. Normally I wouldn't go for leaves like this, but I quite like the texture in the stamps, and I really like this image here with the bold leaves here. So I quite like them, and the sentiments are they're quite nice as well. So we've got "You are amazing in every single way," "Here for you," "A little note to brighten your day," which is the one I'm going to use today, "I couldn't have done it without you," and "Thank you." So really nice sentiments. Photopolymer, and I think it says 85% down here. I cannot for the life of me see it, but they are definitely a lot bigger. So if I line that up, I have to do it that way. If I line that up with that, you can see it is definitely a bigger image in the stamp than what you get on the cover. So that's that. Then we have the embossing folder, which is really quite nice as well. So we're going to use this one. And then we have the dies. So we've got the big dies to cut out all three of your leaves. And then we've got some extra fluff leaves and some frames as well. Now this is the one that will fit into here, and I'm usually not very good with cutting these out. So that sits in there nicely, and then you whiz it through the machine. And so you can stamp and die cut, or you can just die cut, or you can just emboss. So, and they've got beautiful textures on them as well. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm not going to stamp my leaves. I'm actually going to do a bit of a technique. So let's get all of this out the way. Let's get our technique done first, because it does involve a little bit of water. And then we can set it aside while we prep the rest of our card. So, and I've got all my card on the floor beside me, because I think that I would make mess. But I do need the card that is that piece. I'm just going to check which piece of card I need, because I don't want to do it on, whoops, I picked up the wrong piece. I was going to do it on my layering piece. No, because they're all white. Don't want to get mixed up. Okay, so I've got my piece of white, and I'm just doing it on plain basic white. I've got a thick basic white for my card base, but everything else is just normal white. Good morning, Judith and Marilyn. Welcome. So I've got in Summer Splash and Azure Afternoon. So I was strayed away from the pinks and oranges I was going to, and then I thought, and I know I did this one. I did this one on this card here, but I quite liked the two colors together. So that's why I've pulled them out again. So something, and I wanted something bright, because the sentiment says a little note to brighten your day. So I need bright, right? Okay. When you do this, we're doing a glass smush. Okay. So I'm just going to tap a little bit. All right, I did this as a trial once, and it I put the whole ink pad down, like I just went, and way too much, way too much ink. So I've just tapped my what color is that? Summer Splash down, and then I'm going to just give it a little bit of a spritz, and then I'm just going to come in with my white, and I'm just going to lay it on top and smush it in, and we get that beautiful texture going on. Now, because of the size of the leaf, I thought I could get away with 2 leaves, but after looking at it this morning and seeing the size of it, it's like I don't think that I will be able to fit 2 on my card. So I've just got a piece of plastic on here from the casing. I'm just going to get that off. I think I'm only going to use 1 leaf. Okay, so I'm just going to tap a little bit of blue on, open, and was my spritzer gone? And this is just water in here. So isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So just going to spritz a little bit of water on there, and I love that you don't need to have as much ink. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. When I did my first little practice run, I was like, what? There was just ink everywhere. There was just massive puddles of it. Okay, now I'm just going to press that in. And because I've got less water, and I've got a nice, soft, gentle look, this isn't going to take very long to dry at all. I just want to make sure that I've got enough coverage here to make sure that I can cut my leaves out. So I'll just do a little bit more of that. Hi, Linda. Love it. Yes. And I mean, if you don't have the glass mat, don't worry. You can just use a plastic bag or a sheet of acetate. You know, you don't have to have, but the glass mat is just that easy because you just wipe it all off afterwards. Whatever hasn't sunk in to your cardstock, you just, oh yeah, loving that. Okay, I've just got to double check to make sure, because I'm going to use that leaf there. I might just do it a little bit more, and then I can actually pick my area. So don't be afraid to do more, because whatever you've got left over, you can always use these little dies here to, you know, create another card. So I'm quite liking that Summer Splash color. That's sort of like a blue green. Let's pick up a little bit more blue. Oh yeah, that is really pretty. Once upon a time, I would have used all the shimmer card to do this. Look at that. I can just pick up all of that. I thought I would have a heap of puddles left over, but I don't. And that's going to dry really differently as well. I am going to give it a little bit of a heat set, because if from experience during a live, I have tried to die cut that before, and I tell you what, it doesn't like being die cut when it's not dry properly. Just forewarning. And I am going to leave little white splotches through there as well, because I quite like, it's bright but it's delicate, if you know what I mean. So bear with me while I do give it just a little bit of a heat set. Hi from Florida. Hey. So just give it a little bit just to dry it off, and then while I create the rest of my card, it should hopefully dry itself. But if you've got time to allow the colors to just do their own thing and dry on their own time, I think you actually get a nicer result. And of course, we're going to dry lighter as well. And a lot of that splotchiness tends to disappear. Hi, Vicky. And we'll just flip it over, dry the other side, because I have got some very wet spots. All right, we'll set that aside, see how we go. It's a beautiful color combo. It's turned out really nicely. So I think with my white on white, and I am going to put the sentiment in black as well, just for a little bit of whoa. So I think that is going to come up quite nicely. So I will, it is still fairly damp, So I will just put that aside. Okay, and let's work on the rest. I'll just give that a dry off. Okay, now I do want to remind, just as we go ahead, I have pre-cut some stuff. But just as we go ahead, if you are wanting the measurements, I don't give measurements and stuff while we are creating because sometimes they change. So if you want, you can head on over to my blog, which is alisatilsner.com. You'll see a subscribe button. So you can subscribe, and then the card that we make during our lives head out as a PDF, written PDF newsletter. In my newsletter, okay, I've just got to get this out and show you what I've got. Show you what I've got here. So you can head on over there. All the measurements will be there. All the supplies will be there. Links if you want to shop will be there. And then, of course, you know, there's other bits and pieces that come through my newsletter as well. So let's hide that now. Okay, so what I have is my card base in white because I'm doing white on white. So card base in white, I'm going to do a layer of white, which I'm going to emboss with the embossing. I've actually pulled out a piece of vellum. Now, this vellum comes from the Greenery vellum. And I've got it right here beside me. It's a Christmas vellum. Graceful Greenery vellum, which is really pretty. There's 3 different patterns. I'll just do you a quick look. 1, 2, 3. I'll pull out the full pieces. So we've got pine needles, pine leaves. Then we've got that white. That's actually the white one. Sort of got like a denim-y texture on it. And then we have got the round and the heart leaf on there, and they are really pretty. So this is also an online exclusive. So I pulled out a little bit of white because I was thinking, I don't want it all really heavy. Now I'll try to get that back in there. So I've pulled out a bit of that just to give it a little bit of difference, and you should be able to see my textured leaves below that because I didn't want to cover them completely. So I've got that. And then I've pulled out a bit of black for my sentiment. And then for a little bit of accent, I've pulled out some, because I wasn't sure which color was going to dominate. So I have pulled out some Azure Afternoon, and I've got a whole sheet of Summer Splash, because can you believe I have not used any Summer Splash card? And all I want is a little scrap for an accent. So we'll see which color dominates when we get there. So let's get these prepared. Okay, so I am going to, where I can use my mini machine, I do. So I'm going to die cut just a little circle, and I didn't think that this one was going to be big enough, but it turns out that it is. So I'm just going to die cut a little circle frame from that. I do, actually, maybe I feel like I need it to be bigger. Let me lay it on my card and see. Maybe I do need to be a little bit bigger because I sort of want to expose that. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab my stylish shape. I did have them out, and then I was like, oh, no, that will be fine. So I put these guys away. So I'll just grab them out again, because that way I will be able to see, oh, gosh, I'm a mess. Look at that. I'll be able to see my leaves around the edges and through the middle. Oh, gosh, you are going to be too big, and you should be just right. So we want to center that up. Good morning, Brenda. So we'll center that up, and we go through just like that. And then you've got your circle, vellum circle, that you can use on another card as well. Maybe you can team it up with the leftovers from that piece there and create a whole new card. Maybe instead of saying you could do this, maybe I should do that. Oh, and I just had a thought. I might use these again for my accents. All right. So wherever I can use my mini machine, I do. Good morning, Sherry and Sharon. Good morning. Good morning. Catching me live. Yes. Hooray. Okay, and I think looking at that now, I've just cut that off center. That should have been a little bit more that way. Never mind, it's not that noticeable, right? I can tell, but I'm going to choose to ignore it. All right, so we're going to grab that. I do need to get my big machine now. Okay, and I need, ooh, I just had thoughts. I can't remember. I think when you are die cutting, when you are die cutting a hybrid, I think the plates that you use are the same plates as you would for embossing. So, all right, that's just my single piece. All right, so we'll emboss this. We'll get it nicely lined up, although it doesn't matter whether you're straight or not. You just want to pick a spot where you've got some nice leaves happening, and we'll run that through. Good morning, Yvonne. Everyone's here today. All right, let's run that through. Oh, those feet are pretty good. Look at that, she's stuck to my glass mat. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is my first time using this too, by the way. Just letting you all know. Okay. So we have got some really nice texture going on. So I'm going to have that on top. So it's just going to give a little bit of something different. And voila. Lovely. And, of course, a layer on my white so that I could just emboss that easily. Okay. So I've got that going on. Now, I suppose I should do the tricky bit and see whether this is still a little bit damp. Just bear with me for just a smidge more. But we want to make sure that we've got this right. I'm quite liking this area up here, so I'm going to see whether I can die cut that. And, of course, that's the bit that's wet, isn't it? So I don't need to stamp, but I do need to set my die up wherever it's disappeared to. There we go. And I want this one here because just to show you, I actually lined these up on here because I want this to go here. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit two on there now. I'll just do the one. And it's even going to be a bit of a stretch to get that on there as well. Definitely that one is way too big for what I'm after. But I tell you what, this would be good for scrapbooking as well because we've got beautiful big leaves on here and you know you want to fill your space on your 12 by 12. So if you had, if you were scrapbooking, that would probably look pretty nice. Okay, so we've got a bit of that, or we could use a bit of that, which I quite like as well. Oh, I really like that as well. So you can move your die around and pick your little spots that you want. I actually quite like that. I might do that bit there. So I'm just going to be ruthless and I'm just going to cut out the bit that I need. See, and then you can go ahead and with the rest of the card that's there, I hope I just didn't make a big boo-boo. So with the rest of the card that's there, you can cut out those finer dies and keep creating. Okay, this is where you guys need to help me out. Are there instructions? Do the instructions come with these? Not that I can read them because they're that darn small. Okay. Who's used these before? Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience with them and maybe I really shouldn't. Maybe I really should not. Now, if I put it that way, is it going to emboss or is it going to deboss? I think I need to put my cardstock that way. I think I need to put my card that way. All right, so I'm going to put my card down and then I'm going to put this down. See, and then how do you know when you're in the right spot? Like that. I hope I had that around the right way. See, now I've got all myself mixed up. There we go. I think that's going to work. Let's pick that up, shift it out the way, And I hope that you only need this die and this die. Or do you need this? Yeah, that is a specialty one, isn't it? Okay. Watch me ruin my stuff. Watch me break my stuff so that you don't have to. How's that? All right. Oh, just be loosey-goosey, man. Okay, let's go through. Alrighty, scary times. Oh, my paper was the other. Oh, that's okay. It fit. I need to emboss first and then cut. But if I go through embossing and then I cut it, running it through twice depletes all of the thing in there. So there we go. I did it. Look at that. I did it. It's got a little bit of blue on the end. Hooray! I didn't ruin it. I did once, and I think it was my citrus ones, the lemons, and I didn't have this nested in there properly, and it cut into my embossing folder. I was like, oh, that's not how you use it. So there we go. That's how you use a hybrid. Much easier to die cut like that. When you are doing the embossing, like stamp and then die cutting, I think it's a little bit on the trickier side. So, okay, let me pack just for keeping myself sane. I'm just going to pack a little bit of this up, and then we'll evaluate where we are on our card. So, not so scary after all. You know, you always have that little bit of a panic, like, am I doing the right thing? Get this out of the way. I'll just, put it on the floor. Don't make me trip over it. All right, here's our card. We're coming back, and I'm going to have my pop of color. Just really, really simple. You know what? I probably could have had two. Do I want to go through all of that again? No, they cut and emboss at the same time. It is a really great set. You know what? I reckon I could probably do two. Now that I've packed it all up, I'm gonna do two. Just gonna, because now that you look at it, it doesn't look right. But I know what to do now. All right. So I'm just going. No, I will put it off. All right. Look at that. Easy. Much easier when you know, right? Okay, when you know, you know. Let's get you out of the way. Let's bring you back. This is why I only put it on the floor. All right. Pop you in there. Loosey-goosey. Try not to hold it too tight. Put it in there. And this one's got a little bit more blue. Oh, very easy. Very easy, Wendy. And yay, more success. Ta-da. So now I've got a blue-based one and a green-based one, and we can set them off against each other. You could do a solid color as well. That would probably look really nice. Okay, you know what? I am not going to pack these up. I am just going to put them all on the floor, and I will pack them up at my leisure, which will probably be next week sometime. Shh, we don't say things like that. Okay, so there we go. There's our two. We can stagger them somehow. There we go. Ta-da! However we fancy them. Okay, so next, as I was having, oops, I need my dies back. Because I'm going to need these ones. Right. I am going to do my sentiment. So a little note to brighten your day. And I have definitely not used them, except the one. A little note to brighten your day. That's the one that we need. Yay! It's easier after you've done it the first time. It's much easier the next time around. You just got to experience it, right? All right. Okay, let us emboss. White embossing on black. Love it. Haven't done it for so long. Hey, Minnie. And I don't use a lot of black. Like I would probably pull out color, but let's do some black. Okay, and I'm going to pop it smack bang in the middle because I've got that die to die cut it, and I'm not actually sure because I haven't used that die before. I'm just going to pop it in the middle-ish area so that I've got myself room. In Kansas. All right, little note to brighten your day. Oh, that's stamped up quite nicely too. Let's see whether it embosses, because sometimes, you know, the smaller sentiments don't emboss real great. And I have a heavy pressure when I emboss something. I think, oh yeah, I've got to put a lot of pressure on my stamp so that, and of course it widens the image as well. Take your time, it's okay, we're not in a hurry. Okay, so we have got this oval die, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now, here comes the choice. So I'm doing this in black, and I want to do a little accent underneath it. So am I going to use, this is where you guys can chime in, am I going to use Azure Afternoon, or am I going to use the, what's it called? Summer Splash. I'll just put that in there so you guys can see up there. I've got a full sheet of that because I haven't cut into it yet. So tell me what you think. I also need to cut out another couple of little white accent pieces as well. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that in one of the accent piece will be a little banner as well. Okay. Oh, everyone's chiming in. Awesome. Is that straight? I'll try and get this. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3 for Summer Splash. 1, 2 for Azure. So hit me with it. Let me put the black in there. It might change your mind. Okay. Oh, stuck on my thumb. Let me stick that in there, and let me stick that in there. There you go. See if that changes your mind at all. Right, while I get out. Now I can't find my dies because I've hidden them. Azure, another one for Azure, another one for Summer Splash. Summer Splash is still winning. And I'm going to grab out these carefully, and I'm also going to use one of these pieces. So the piece here, the die that I'm getting out now is the piece that I will be cutting from, and that will go just underneath and to the side, just for a little bit different. Okay, but I'm going to cut out one of these from white because it's going to be an accent point somewhere else. So I'll just grab one of them. Oops, I'm back to front, Miss Jane. Still Summer Splash. I reckon Summer Splash is winning. When the leaves on Summer Splash, they seem to be lost now. Wait a minute, I've got the two. It's not going to go on, it's just going to go under. So it'll be on white, and then it'll be under there, and then that. So it's only going to be, and it's only going to be the banner. So it's only going to be a tiny little piece. I can hear noises in my yard. Oh. It's my husband. Okay, so I'm going to grab this and I'm going to cut that into 2 different lengths. So I need to do this neatly though. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing up here in the corner. So these are going to go at the top. And then I thought to have a little bit of a colour pop. Okay, so you know what? When all else fails, we do one of each. And then we stick it in. Do you have a jar or a container or something in your desk, or a little tray that you just keep all your little frames and stuff like that? I don't. But I should. I should have a little collection of little bits and pieces. All right. So it's just going to go something like that, and then that's going to have a few little extra banners. And so it's just going to be really, really light. Okay, and I'm going to do the horrid. Don't look if you don't like meat. And I've got some silver cord to put a little fluff, elegant trim. I've got a little bit of silver left, and I've also got some, I'm going to use these. These are new as well. I'm just going to use some of the little clear dewy ones to pick up the colour. So I've got them as well. Okay. Blue or green? I think it's the blue. I think it's the blue. If in doubt, always do something like that, considering they're not big pieces and they're only die cutting. So definitely the azure, because I did think everyone was saying, well, not everyone. Lots were saying Summer Splash, but I think it's definitely the other one. When you do that, it makes it real clear then, doesn't it? Okay, so I want to cut this. I should actually put them up there as well, but I'm not going to. I'll keep them white. So how long do I need that? Roughly there. I should use my other trimmer. So, oh no, you know what? Yeah, I struggle with Post-it notes, so I just find that I actually do better without them. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then I'll do another one, which will be a little bit shorter. Okay, and now I think we are ready to assemble. There we go. There's our finished. See, all these bits and pieces that I've got that I can make another card with. So I can, these ones will fit. Oh, I'm not going to do it, but that one would fit on there. You could do a little leafy thing on there. So heaps of different little scraps left over. Okay, let's get sticking. Radio. Oops. Come. Nope, still. Oh, there we're going. That debossed side looks really nice too. So I'm just going to show you the opposite side. That looks really nice as well. So debossed and embossed. Okay. There we go. Nicely, nicely. Okay, so for this guy, putting your adhesive on, I'm going to pop a little bit of adhesive up in the top corner because I know that I'm going to cover them up, and then I'm going to put some down here because I know I'm going to cover all that up. Definitely, Wendy. Right, wait a minute. That side. Don't put it on the wrong side now that I've told myself. And I can probably put a fair bit on this side because it'll get covered. Right, working white on white, make sure you're staying clean, fingers are clean and cards clean and all that sort of stuff, because once you've stuck down, that's it. Okay, let's do these guys up in the top corner. You could probably do these in color as well. I just wanted to keep that white on white. I do have to lean over just so that I make sure that that edge is straight with that. And I don't think I did after all that. Could have cut crooked too. Okay, so we've got our little banners, and then we're going to pop these guys. I could do it that way, but I think I like them. Oh, you know what? It would have been good if I had flipped one over so that I could have done something like that. But anyway, it is what it is now. But I think I will do that. I think I will put the blue based one underneath and then that one on top. So let's stick these down. And I'm not going to put glue all the way out to the ends. So you can even like give them a little bit of a twist out if you wanted to. And then again, just bring them here so that I know exactly where I'm going to go. Bring these guys in. Might need to come up just a wee bit. And I'm not going to stick any of these guys up with dimensionals. They're all going to go down flat. Okay, something like that. Just give them a little flick with your fingers to twist them up. Okay, so these guys are coming down next. So I'm going to put this one down and I'll do that one down flat. Got a little bit of a thing on the end there. It's not cut quite cleanly. And then what I'll do is I'll put my little bits of fluff behind that and then poke him up there. Whoops, we're going to come down a little bit further. Like that. Could have put them up just a little bit higher, I reckon. Maybe I'll put that one up just a little bit higher. Okay, so this one go down flat. So we've got banner matching with banner. Now this guy here, right, so let's get some of this silver out. Silver being cool. Oops. There. Okay, you do what you want to do. You just fall apart on me. That's fine. As long as you don't get tangled. There we go. And pop one of this on, and we'll just do some loop-de-loops. Loop-de-loops. It's been straight on this end. If I'd gotten a little bit closer, it would be. Loop. So I'm just sort of doing figure eights backwards and forwards, and I'm not going to take it, I'm not going to do the whole end, I don't think. I'm just going to do a little bit there and then just snip you off. Fix you later, get some dimensionals. Okay, we're nearly there. Put you down. I'm going to put down extra dimensionals because I have got a fair bit of stuff going on the back there and we want it to sit firmly. Okay, pop that across there. Now with these guys, you can actually grab the ends. I like to do this, and you just sort of pinch it with your thumb and these little ends fray, which is pretty cool. I really like that look. And then I've got one last thing. These ones here are cherry cobbler and pearl berries. So these ones are actually with that golden greenery set as well. And I really quite like these little, they're clear see-through ones, but they seem to pick up whatever's going on here. So I'm going to just use a couple of these guys as well. So I don't normally go for the leafy type things because we will normally they're coming in the mini catalogue and it's sort of always autumny, and of course we're going into spring, so I tend to not grab leaves, but struggling. Maybe I'll put one on. Maybe I'll put one on here. One, two. Should I do more? Why not? Why not? Let's do 5, because remember, we are on a mission to use our embellishments. I'm on a mission to use my embellishments. I'm still going down here, so I'm going to go down there. Okay. Ta-da! Quite like these little dewy dots. They look like they're picking up the red because they're next to the red, but when you have them on here, they sort of just pick up whatever's going on. They look quite, I like them. I had them on gold and they were picking up the bits of gold from underneath and they looked pretty cool. So there we go, white on white with a little pop of colour. Don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. I think I've stuck my vellum down crooked. Too late now. It's way too late now. So there we have it. All online exclusives products I reckon I've used, except for the stylish shapes banners in there and the circle. And yeah, I think everything else is online exclusive. So there we go. So now you can try it, but you can try it in different colors. So now you can, if you want to go back and do a pink and orange one, which is what I was thinking. But I do think that the blue is quite nice. The blues and greens are very nice. Okay, so that is it from me. So I will be back next Thursday. Coming up, we have on the 6th of, starting the 6th, this is when all the promotions kick in, on the 6th of August. So we have a designer series paper. So any of the designer series papers that are in the annual catalogue, they will be 15% off starting then. So, and of course, don't forget, if you want all the measurements and the details and everything, this will go out. Oh, look, you can't even see the detail in it now. There we go. So if you want all the measurements, supplies, exactly everything that was written down and everything like that, that'll go out in next week's newsletter. So make sure that you head on over to alisatilsner.com and subscribe to the newsletter. And every week, so if you miss a week, it doesn't matter, because you'll still get to the card that we do for next week. You'll get it then. Anyway, take care, everyone. I am just waffling now. So have a great weekend and we will catch you again next week. So bye-bye.